H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we broadcast all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and it is Thursday. We affectionately call it Baby Friday, because that Chop Shop is not aired on Friday. So guess what? Technically, this is our Friday. So it's what you call it, Baby Friday. So let me tell you, let's shout out to, I see some people talking about they're headed to Egypt. Good place to go to. Karen Roach. These are my starting five today. The first 5 people to sign up to the feed: Karen Roach, Joe Baldwin with Scholar Athlete, Status Moody, Reginald Simpson, Chris Charles. Y'all just knocked all the women out today. And I'm sorry for being a little late today. Y'all know it had nothing to do with me. And Brandy Nicholson is the 6th lady of the day. And y'all know I be wanting to try to start that show. It was a guest, and I was trying to get there. We're going to have a guest that can help you. Call all your summer teams, all your summer team people. I got somebody going to help you with your travel at 1:15. And y'all, yeah, all your summer coaches and all that, for either this year or the next year, group travel. Got a group travel expert gonna help you out and save your money and save your time. And that's gonna happen later. Even Corey might help. Corey, if your team is traveling, your basketball team as a coach, if your team is traveling, she might be able to help you. So so that's what's going on today. Let's see what else. I got so much. I just want to shout out who else I got. Who else? I saw somebody. Daryl Anderson say he's headed to Egypt today. Shout out to him. Let's see who else on there. Hey, Mate. Wait a minute. What's up, Marcus Carroll? Hey, it's so much to share. Share the show. Share the show. I know I hate to be 4 minutes late. Y'all, let me tell you something. Some people can thrive in late situations. I can't. I like to be on time. Anybody ever did business with me, they know I'm there ahead of time. So I had to work that thing out with our guests, and they don't understand what time we on over here. Hey, I that's one of my biggest stigmas. I never want nobody to. I never like the terms CP time. I never liked that term. So I always, if you're going to the airport with me, if you're going to anywhere with me, you should know. I know my friends are over here laughing if they on here saying, "Boy, that boy don't play." But I just like to be. I'm serious. That's one of my. That's one of my gifts. I never forget. I talked to one of my clients one time, and he said something so deep. It might sound small to y'all, but it was deep. He said, Robert, whenever you told me that you were gonna do something, he said, man, I just go to sleep and rest. I knew it was done. He said, I knew it was done. Are you gonna give me a reason why it would? It ain't gonna be. He said, I just rested. If I knew, and boy, what if all of us like that? Oh my God. What if I share the show? I want let me see where I'm gonna start today. Oh, today. Got to share this with you. Today, on this day in 1933, Minister Louis Farrakhan was born in New York City. And I was thinking about it. I took a minute to listen to his pledge, one of his pledge from the Million Man March. And it's just as meaningful today. I looked over a lot of stuff that, I didn't go to the Million Man March because I let somebody talk me out of it. And I wish I hadn't let nobody. That's why I tell y'all, man, y'all listen. Y'all you just can't listen to everybody. Okay? I'm just put it that plain and simple. I let some people talk me out of it and said my presence up there, it's a long story. I had to go. I got my presence up there saying that I believe in everything that he does. And I let them talk me. Because wherever you are, like if I show up to a place, that means I support that place. If I retweet somebody's tweet, that means I retweet. If Robert had to show up at this building, I show up at this meeting, I bring everything about Robert Hatter to that meeting. So they told me that long time ago, but I wish I had a went. I'm telling you, I don't just I don't listen to everybody, but he was talking about. I'm watching these the Young Thug and the Gunner thing. I wish the young people were on here. I'm watching these young guys, man, being indicted on RICO charges with. I mean, it's unbelievable. And but I was thinking about something Malcolm X said the other day. I mean, back then he said it's a hidden hand behind all of this. Beefs were created. Then we start shooting each other. These rappers now fighting and killing each other. He talked about that back then. And I'm just sitting there saying, wow, beefs were created. Somebody created it. I keep telling y'all the power of words. The power of words. People always talking about, he said something to me that don't mean he can. Man, words are powerful. Words start wars. Words start everything. God, I got an important call, but guess what? Y'all more important. Let me tell you something. I got a very important call from a very important person. Just kick me. I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to see the name. But guess what? He gonna have to wait. Cause y'all more important than him. I'm gonna send him the voicemail. Should have called me earlier. But I was just thinking about it. He said Fed's been in the building on that case since. Think about it. I know, Chris Charles, you looked at that case. I'm sitting there watching these kids, and I'm gonna talk about some of it a little bit, y'all. But but last night, bruh, how you down 50 points in the playoffs, man? Listen to me, man. Y'all know I love Stephon Curry, the babyface assassin. Share the show. Marcus Carroll. What Bama people at, man? Y'all share the show. Alex Costello, write me a dissertation on this. How the hell you down 50 points, Michael Smith, in a playoff game? The speed limit. Ooh, Rick Brown. Hey, y'all got to talk to me, man. Y'all know I don't really start the show with sports all the time, but y'all got the playoffs, y'all. This series will send you to the conference finals. How do you let somebody beat you by 50? He said the mindset of today's players are quite different. Stephon Curry, I don't think he got one of those today's players. Listen, Kelton, hold on. Kelton, I got to turn the music down, but y'all share the show, man. Ain't enough people on the show. I'm not. Y'all share the show. If you ain't shared the show, I'm finna stop the show. Let me see how many shares I got. I'm gonna cut you off the show. Come on now, share the show. What the hell happened? I got it. Hold up. I can't play it because it's a copyrighted song. Let me make sure I hit that button quick. Oh man, I couldn't turn it down. Damn. I didn't mean to do that. Y'all hope they don't mess me up. Draymond Green was flinging the towel. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to see how I can silence it. Hold up. I got to push. Oh, shit. I got control of this mess. I'm sorry. Watch this. Hold up. I got control. Keep forgetting I got the controls. Hold up. But I want y'all to see that. See, I forgot I can mute it. I want y'all to see that. Look at Draymond. Stephon laughing at their ass. Look, y'all, that's my city. Y'all love them. But, hold on. Maybe I should have that just playing in the background the rest of the show. I might do that. Hold up, y'all. Watch this. See, this is what I just love about this. I love this. I love life. I love it. Watch this, y'all. Hold up. Wait, y'all. Hold up. I'll push a button. Hold on. Yeah. Hey, y'all. Hey, all in the mouth. So, he says not Steph, but a lot of. Okay, I got you. He said, I'm convinced the NBA is about rating them. Hey, yes. Hey, Karima. Come here, Karima. I'm looking. What Karima at? You right there. Karima. It is about money. Karima. The NBA, the NFL, all of this about money. Don't you ever forget it. What's up, Tyrone Caldwell? Hey, y'all. But don't get mad because people are getting mad. Hold on, let me get that off. People are getting mad at Memphis talking about they need to be humble. Y'all got to remember before the game, they asked Steph, I didn't mean to go here, but you know how I do. Before the game, let me see, I got it. Before the game, they asked Stephon Curry what was the game plan. He responded to whoop that trick. Karima, Stephon Curry, before the game, the pregame, he said, whoop that trick. That's what he said. They said, what's your game plan tonight? He said, to whoop that trick. So you know they were going to let him have it. You know they was going to let him have it, man. The man said, whoop that trick. So I'm going to let that play in the background. Yeah. That's my post city, y'all. Yeah. But I still love him. Marcus Carroll, don't go there. You're sounding like them other people, Marcus Carroll. So you want him to trade Ja Morant? Y'all look what Marcus Carroll said. They play better without Ja Morant. So you want him to trade Ja Morant then? That's what you're telling me? I'm asking for a friend. And I want to share this too, y'all. I got to get this. May, I don't know if you're aware, but May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I like to remind us to keep, Let's keep this a part of our conversation, being part of our conversation, and check on the mental health of your loved ones and yourself. Y'all heard me? A little young athlete, somebody was talking about him. He said, because sometimes it's up and downs. You got people printing, talking about, I heard some people, I got some mailbag I want to share with y'all, talking about the players, they came up to Dallas and didn't show up, and they did this, and they did this, and they did this. Let me tell you something, young athletes. Share the show, everybody. You are not any lesser of an athlete, and you are not any lesser of a person. Don't you let these people, young athletes, please share this show. Don't y'all let these people say who you are. See, they can call you anything, but it's what you answer to. Don't ever forget that. That's a message for all our young athletes, all our young people. Where my ladies at? Hey, Kareem. Men. Let me talk. Where my fellas at? Fellas, when y'all go on trips, okay? When y'all go on trips, all my life, I've never been on a trip with a group of fellas and we have an itinerary. Let me drink. Man, these women have detailed itinerary to the T. What they gonna wear? Where they going? Oh, y'all help me out with this, Karima. Hey, Karima, Marcus Carroll, Kendrick Lewis. Have you ever? See, when me and a group of my fellas go, get what we do. Man, meet me downstairs in the lobby. We rolling. These women got, detail. Like, one of them, hold on. I happened to look at the itinerary. What is this? Where my women? Kim, Tamika Nelson, she graduated from Sam Houston today. Shout out to Tamika. But Tamika, I hope you're here. Kim Jackson, Karima, all the women here. Brandy, hold on, let me put this up there, Brandy. Brandy, what the hell by a tire? Under a tire? Guess what they said? Sip savvy. Sip, S-I-P, savvy. Because they're going on a wine trip. Brandy, they're going on a wine trip to several wineries. Right? So she said, under the sip savvy. That's the attire. What the hell is that, Brandy? Kim Jackson, what is sip savvy? I guess something you got to have it. You take advantage of all the time inside, unless you just going. Alex Sestero, Robert Hatter, they've been on 1 million trips with his fellas. Golf trips, Super Bowl trips, all kind of trips. We never had no damn itinerary. Alex Sestero, when you go on a trip with your fellas, you have itinerary. Any men, I want to hit a man. I want to hit a man. Maybe I just need some new friends then. Y'all had to help me. Who is that? Kareem. Hold on, Kareem. Kareem, I like that. Let me get back on my patio. Kareem said, I'm a planner. Carry a planner everywhere I go. Manage 3 different schedules. So Dexter, thank you, Dexter. Kareem, could you explain to me what sip savvy is? You got to put a certain outfit on to sip some wine. Itinerary, help me. Listen, I'm not talking about a summer basketball team. You got to have a Gary Carter. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about me, you, and a group of players. Congratulations, Tamika. You and a group of your partners going on a trip. If one of them dudes was to hand me a itinerary, man, I tell you, man, you ain't on the damn trip no more. I'm just trying to figure. Lonnie said never had one. I'm just trying. Y'all got to realize somebody showed me the itinerary yesterday. Dexter Young think like me. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I done been around the world, man. I think I've been on all 7 continents, right? I don't like the plan where I'm going. Never. Don't come telling me about we got dinner. Now, if there's a concert to be at, I'm going to be at the concert on time. Okay, so that's just a woman's thing. Okay, all right. I just wanted to know the fellas. Yeah, thank you, fellas. Thank you, fellas. He said we was in Miami trying to hit everything up in a timely fashion, had to brunch and jet ski. Playing for what? Walter, I'm just trying to figure it out. Listen, I don't think nothing wrong with it. I just said I ain't never did it. Itinerary can be good because you can forget some of the attractions you want to see. I don't care. Kim? I don't care. When I went to Paris, I knew everything. I wanted to go to the Louvre. I knew certain places. I wanted to take a walk down the Champs-Élysées to the Arc de Triomphe. So when I went to Paris, I knew what I wanted to do. Hey, Karen, when I went to Aruba, I knew what I wanted to do. Anywhere I go. Anywhere I go, y'all. Hawaii, I'm getting off the plane, man. Just get me to the water where the bikini is at. And the people, where the people's at. You know what I'm saying? When I get to Miami, listen to me, y'all. Everybody loves it. I go to Miami. I don't go to my hotel first. No, I don't. Well, yes, I go straight to South Beach. Well, I swear, y'all, listen to me. I don't know. Dexter, I fly into Miami. Dexter, soon as I get that rental car, Dr. Newsom, I'm straight over the causeway. Right over seeing the Miami Arena to the right. Seeing all the Carnival cruise ships to your right. Seeing Star Island on the left. I'm going straight to South Beach. I ain't taking my hotel. I ain't thinking about the hotel right now. Hold up. There's another city. Hold up. Got another. Soon as I land in L.A., I go straight to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Then anything after that, we cool. If you don't want to go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, you get your own rental car. Because this car here, going straight. So, I ain't need no itinerary to do that. He said he dropping off his luggage at the local hotel liquor store in Cap Hollow South. I don't even do. And I know this wrong. I have my luggage in the trunk, and that's not smart because somebody steal your car, they got all your luggage. Dude, I go straight to South Beach. Y'all got to understand. Y'all got to understand. Karen Roach, stop it. Stop. No. Kevin Freeman. I always go to the one in Hollywood on Gower. I'm going to tell y'all why. It's on Sunset and Gower. I know that area like the back of my hand. That's what a Gower is where Paramount Studios on. That's where they filmed the movie Blue Chips at Paramount Studios when we were in town. That's where we filmed it. So that area right in there, it's like I could just close my eyes. And I used to. Then later in life, I started staying at that W right there on Sunset. Everybody wants to be at. So that area, that was my area, my area. And the question is, everybody, is women. I just love them in their infinite ways. I saw a friend of mine's itinerary today. I mean, yesterday, because they're going on a wine trip. And I watched all that, and this is what got me. It got me. I saw under a tire, they had a tire. Hey, Walter Yates, they had a tire. Hold up, wait a minute. Chris Charles, Atlanta. Y'all know the first place I go to? Not Matt. Spondivits. It's right by the airport. I hit that first. Cause I ain't, and guess when I hit it? I hit it when I go back to the airport. Married, I mean, now, if you're going on a trip with your wife, your wife might have an itinerary. I'm talking about you going with the fellas like these young ladies went yesterday. All women, they going on a trip, but they had the most beautiful and detailed itinerary ever. Listen, y'all. Listen. I still ain't nobody. Tamika might know. Tamika, under attire, they had sip savvy when they go into the winers. So, what kind of outfit is that, Tamika? Sip savvy. And I saw the outfit, kind of jazzy, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to talk to them. I ain't want to ask them. Look at her. Her. Have you ever heard? Stop it. Oh, Sip Savvy is a sundress. Just nice. Oh, thank you, Tamika. Man, Kim Jackson them act like they ain't never heard of it before. Thank you, Tamika. I mean, y'all, I be just trying to learn, man, from y'all. Y'all don't understand. Marcus Carroll said he got his wedding is in July. Honeymoon is Cancun. Ooh, Marcus Carroll balling like out of control out here on y'all's behind. He said, I love women to make who else supposed to know what how else okay, Gary said, how else he gonna know what to skip if they don't make. But man, I wish I could listen. I wish I could have just screenshotted it for y'all. I was gonna put it on the screen. But I ain't want to be telling all the people business. But that thing was so detailed. Hold up. One of the parties is after some, they got a pajama in some party. A pajama party. Man, we just don't do that. We still don't do that. I mean, they need to take their bib together. Sylvia said, man, I'm not listening to you. Tell me they need to take their bib to not get no wine on the sundress. You know what? Ain't nothing worse than a spill on a sundress. You right, Simeon. Let women bring your extra sundress in if you're coming somewhere now. Cause when you spill something on that one, it don't look right. It don't look right. Okay. We don't like the spillage. Okay, what else? Hold up, y'all. Let me see. I saw something I want to share with y'all today. I want to share something with y'all today. And I love and I respect these high school coaches in this community. I mean, really all of them. I know the thankless job that they have. Um, Summer coaches too, but I'm talking to about this guy because he's a summer coach and a high school coach, and I saw some that he tweeted um, today, and I mean he to if I have to say a favorite young coach, it would absolutely be him. He's the only coach that I've been to their practice in the city. In the city, I ain't been to but one high school coach's practice. Yeah, ever. And I want to talk about this. He uh, he said he was recently. See, I didn't even have to call the name. And Kevin Freitman know my affinity for this guy. He said I was recently asked by an athletic administrator what my previous players thought of me and what I stood for. He said, I guess they thought I was lying. Check this out. He posted a tweet from one of his kids. The kid said, hey, Coach Woods. Yes, I'm talking about Stephen Woods, in case nobody didn't know. He said, this is so-and-so. I wanted to let you know that I'm relocating to Phoenix for work. I got a job offer from Intel and I'm moving there next month. I want to take time and thank the people that helped me get to where I am in life. And you're one of those people, alongside Coach Ward and Coach Fisher. Send them my regards. But thank you for all you've done for me. My last year in high school, in building knowledge and character and confidence on and off the basketball court. And for that, I will always be thankful for y'all. I'll never forget what y'all done for me. Unbelievable. He got this message a day after 3 of his guys had signed a letter of intent to go to scholarship, get a scholarship. These the young men we need to highlight in our community. Instead of all that foolishness. These guys, man, like this, man. I've seen this guy under adversity, knowing how to navigate through having a top player in the country. But what I saw about him, and people didn't understand it, but I understand it. He respected each one of them's gifts, but he was always talking about the team. The team. The team. People didn't understand it, but he kept talking about, man, the team. I'm trying to teach them something, Mr. Hatter, that he gonna be able to carry on later in his life. Like this young man said in this text. I'd like to ask all you summer coaches, all you people out there, the program directors, what would your previous players say about you? And what did you stand for? What's up, Chad Grove? What would they say about you? Unbelievable, man. This dude right here, ain't too many. I hope he's not on the screen. Ain't too many like him. telling you, I watched him. I watched him under adversity. That's when you can tell about a man. Not when everything is going and everything is winning and everything. I watched him navigate through adversity. People questioning him as a coach. He had a clear glass of water for those guys. Those young men kept drinking, had been drinking their dirty glass of water, and their parents and their families. This man said, if we do it this way, if your son, if you had a son that was fortunate enough to play for Coach Woods, you might get mad at him, but that dude right there, different dude. Different dude. Shout out to him. Herb Baker said, let me see what he said. Remember what I said? I saw him under adversity. Some of y'all I done seen under adversity. Okay. Herb Baker said, I saw Woods yesterday at Fort Bend ISD signings yesterday. Always good to fellowship with him. Good man. Always has positive. Yeah. I'll put that on the screen, Herb. No, for real. This ain't me. He didn't pay. He don't even know I'm doing this. But I've watched him. Think about, okay, see, look, see, look, it ain't just me. Woods gave me my first EYBL interview. Let me bring my camera for fall ball. And is an excellent father too. He allowed Gary Carter to come in and film his fall ball. By the way, he's the only fall ball thing I ever been to. Yes, he had a player that, you know, that I love. I love, but yes, but I got a chance to see it up close. Got a little kid over there. I forgot his name, but I like that little kid with the hair, the little red hair. I like him. I don't know his name. I like him. But y'all, hey, and the reason I'm saying this, all you young aspiring coaches, y'all need to hook up with that dude. Quit following these clowns and hook up with this dude. Drop them zeros and get with a hero. When a young man send you a text like this, how many of y'all have had some young man send you a text like this? It's probably some of y'all. Hey, coach, I just wanted to let you know that I'm relocating to Phoenix for work. I got a job offer from Intel and moving there next month. I want to take the time. You know, somebody. Hey, y'all. I went to a dinner with a group of young high school basketball players. Might be about a year and a half ago. That might be 2 years ago. I think it was before the pandemic. Might be before the pandemic. I paid for the dinner. Paid for all of them. All of them told me, thank you, except one. How can you go down? How can you sit your butt down at a table and eat all of this food and get up and know who paid for it and don't say thank you. I'll never forget it. I won't call his name on this air. I will never do it. I knew, listen to me. If I knew nothing else about this kid, something ain't right there. He heard the other people thanking me. He walked out of there like I was supposed. I don't even really know him that good. Like I was supposed to pay for him. Y'all follow me? That's why I had to talk about that today, y'all. Because that stuff right there just makes my day. Yeah, it makes my day. Somebody sent me this tweet. They said I was a student athlete. My brothers were student athletes. The NCAA has had years to come up with a plan for NIL and ignored it. Adults should be allowed to make money off their talent and create the best situation for them, for their future. Isn't that the point of going to college? Made a lot of sense to me. Take a quick break. Be right back. Share the show. Share the show.
Welcome to All Ticket Attractions, your number one source for tickets, local or nationwide. Here's our current promotion: ticket purchase installments. Just pay 25% down and make weekly payments. Ladies and gentlemen, Chop Shop members, go to your favorite show. Sit on the front row. If you want a ticket but can't pay all of it, put it on weekly installments. Now back to the Chop Shop with Hatter and Hicks, your midday sports happy hour.
Them two bad dudes right there, Cox Brady Law Firm. We got Danielle Wicks with 1818 Charcuterie, and we got that boy, man, Nick Harris. That man said, y'all, I got to hear that one more time. He said he said installments. 24 watching and on 11. There you go, Kendrick. Hey, if you see Kendrick, maybe I need to say this more, but I'm sorry. Like this show, share the show, like, share, comment. Okay, like, share, comment. Y'all, I be so into what I be talking about. I ain't got time. All right. Good parents take care of their kids. Great parents take care of other people. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Herbie. It's good one, Herbie. Y'all, I'm gonna go to my mailbag before the lady get here. I got some. I saw some Paul Miranda tweeted. Okay, he ain't here. He ain't here. He ain't on the show. You might be listening. He said, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, y'all tell me what you think. I'm just the messenger. He said, I got to keep it real. No matter how popular this is or not. But I have had, he said, I have had several combos with some of the supposed to be top ranked kids and parents. But this weekend, I saw a I saw some of you just showing up and not producing. I wasn't at no events this weekend. I need y'all to help me out. So what he talking about? He says some of y'all said, Gary, you there? You commented. I just want to know. I don't know what the hell he talking about. He says some of y'all said, oh, that was just a bad weekend. Or he was hurt. Or, oh, that this and that. He said, that's troubling me. What's troubling me is that this has become the norm from the past year. When you play against tougher competition, you better start making plays and not excuses fast. What y'all think about that? I guess, from what I heard, what do y'all think about that, Herb? Herb, did some top people not produce this weekend? Because I haven't heard nothing about it. I hadn't heard but it was kind of quiet. Live period. You know, I heard everybody talking, but it was kind of quiet. He didn't say nothing wrong. Okay, Kedrick said he didn't say nothing wrong. I'm just asking y'all. Can anybody give me some, for instances? I mean, was it some top players not producing this weekend? What's up, Mark Edwards? Hey, what's up, Mark Edwards? Y'all talk to me. Hey, y'all talk to me. Walter Yates, did you hear anything? But was it some inconsistencies? Or I got another question. Aren't top players allowed to have a bad weekend? I'm asking y'all. Mark Edwards, it's easy. Somebody put out a tweet talking about some of the top players didn't do nothing this weekend. People talking about they was hurt and all this, had a bad weekend. They are, Walter Yates, you a college coach. They are. I guess my question would be, what is inconsistency? I love Kareem. Oh, Kareem. Let me put that up there, Chris. Kareem. That's for you. That's for you, baby. That's for you. Listen. Kelton Solomon said, no, they are not allowed to have a bad weekend. Wow. Well, we know the coaches ain't perfect. Marcus, Carol said, I love it when kids ask all the people involved in their journey to success, help them with college signing day. Yes, I like that too. Dr. Newsom said, players have off games, pros do. Man, Steph Curry was behind 55 points last night. I don't know about y'all. I ain't never been behind 55 points. Thank you, Landon. He said they should post. So that was a big moment. The live period, I thought, was the big moment. No going up the smoke, blowing up the smoke, whatever the name of the smoke. Why was that a big moment? Why was that a big moment? Herb said, I rarely watch any teams. I thought everyone was hooping according to all the tweets. We had a kid that averaged 29 points a game, and they reluctant to. I know it. You mentioned him on the show, Nathan Law. Just because a player may not score their normal, but effective on the defensive end rebound. Yeah, I got you. Kelton. So these babies can't have no off weekend? But a man making $50 million a year, Stefan and Clay and all them up, stunk the place up. Hold on. I got something for y'all. Who just came on? Went on in the beginning of the show. I'm going to put it behind me. Hold on. Look at it. Draymond Green, $25 million a year the other day, he said. Getting his ass tore off the bone. Waving the towel, talking about whoop that trick crew. And y'all talking about my little babies up in Dallas this weekend. Y'all help me. You know, y'all help me. And listen, thank you, Paul Miranda. Are we holding the kids to something more accountable than you do these guys? Stefan Curry laughing. Let me read the comment again. Let me take that off because that's bothering me. It bothers my eyes. Let me give it to you again. He said, I'm going to keep it real no matter how popular this is or not. But he had several conversations with supposed to be top-ranked kids and their parents. But this weekend, I saw some of you just showing up and not producing. Okay? Some of y'all say, oh, it was just a bad weekend. He didn't say nothing about inconsistency. It wasn't my girl, Kareem. He just said they showed up and didn't produce. Some of y'all say it's just a bad weekend. Or he just was hurt. Or this, that. He says troubling to him, and I understand, Paul, is that this has become the norm for the past year when you play against tough competition. He talking to particular kids. Better start making plays and not making excuses. He talking to, I'm just listening to him again. He talking to particular kids. Stacy say just joined. Should I can't define producing, Karima. I didn't write the tweet. Paul Miranda, I'm finna read it one more time. So, hey, if somebody else come on here and said y'all got to help them. All right? Y'all help them, okay? All right, here we go. He said, I got to keep it real no matter how popular this may not be. But I had several conversations with some of the supposed to be top-ranked kids and their parents. But this weekend, I saw some of them showing up and just not producing. Some of y'all say, well, that's just a bad weekend. And he was hurt. Or he was this, or he was that. He said, that's troubling to me is that this is becoming the norm from the past year. When you play against tough competition, he's talking about particular kids. Stacy, better start making plays and not excuses fast. I like that, Paul. I like that, Paul. I like that, Paul. I just thought about something, Paul. I like that. I like that, Paul. Paul, I like that. Because you wasn't saying, hey, Karima, he wasn't talking to blanket people. He was talking to Pacific top-ranked guys who everybody is always talking about so great. I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm reading the spirit of the letter right now, Karima. Sometimes you got to just take the spirit of what somebody's talking about. They had AP testing this week. That's an excuse. Keep going. To me, producing is doing whatever it takes to impact your team. That doesn't mean scoring. I don't know what he meant. In other words, he seemed like those guys who went out there and just went through the motions. I wasn't there. Haven't talked to Paul. You say trolling, otherwise he would have. No, hell no, he ain't trolling. Kendrick? Trolling mean when you put the damn person name out there. Kendrick, do you know what trolling mean? Who the hell was he trolling? See that? See, y'all gonna bring me back in. Did y'all see this? No, I'm gonna let y'all. I ain't gonna talk about it. He ain't. How's he trolling? Trolling is when you trolling a particular person. All he did is threw out something that happened. Trolling? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Coach, when you put it on this screen, I said I was going to let you. I can't let everything go. Hold on. Trolling. A person who makes a deliberate, offensive, or productive online post. A deliberate, offensive, or provocative online post. This was not offensive. This was not provocative. Matter of fact, he saved the people because he could have called their damn names out. He could have. I don't need to hear nobody's name. Kendrick, it probably was somebody up there that came in there and went through the motions. And all he's saying, let's stop making excuses for him. I think folks so caught up in scoring. He didn't say nothing about scoring. Let's say, who we got here? Let's say, who our top player? Let's say, let's say he out of college now. Let's say Terrence Arsenault. He went up there and he didn't have a great weekend. He was just going through the motions. You expect for him not to say nothing about it? See, parents, how can we expect to give your son all the praise and never no criticism? Life don't work like that. Now, they shouldn't be harsh and call him trash like some of these people get on here and call people trash. All he said, they weren't producing. Like their ranking say. Because when you're ranked, you got to come in and show it every time. Because a guy unranked will come in here and bust your ass. We need the Paul Mirandas of the world. He said they weren't producing. When you walk in there, well, let's say you wasn't hitting no point. If you're a top-ranked player, shouldn't you have had 10 block shots? If you was a top-ranked point guard, you was missing your shot. Shouldn't you have had 7, 8, 6 assists a game? When you got your name in lights, young men, when you show up, people expect for you. Why you think they pay all their money at the door? Why you think there's cameras everywhere? Why you think people got to stand in line and get edits for you players? You're putting all your edits and all of that out there. I just don't understand it. I got something else, parents, before my guests come on. Who's this guy? Big Dre. Whoever, Big Dre. I don't know Big Dre. Big Dre said, parents, y'all letting these kids get away with murder. Then blaming everyone else but yourselves. Kids cussing out coaches and teammates, just disrespecting adults in general, throwing food at restaurant workers. It's getting wicked out here. Talk about that. Talk about that. Karima, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I'm gonna put this on the screen. I'm over here putting this on the screen on y'all. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that one. I want to hear the first comment on that one. Watch this. I'm putting it on the screen. I might have to size it. Here we go. I'm gonna size it for you. Jimmy liked it. I don't want to cover up my pretty face. Parents, who gonna comment on that one? Y'all so quick to comment on Paul Miranda's tweet. Who gonna be the first one to comment on that one? I'm just waiting. Crickets. Crickets. I need to keep that on the screen every day. We ain't talking about yours, Kareem. If it don't happen to y'all, we ain't talking to y'all. We talking about how's it happen anywhere. One of these kids can cuss their coach out. Now listen, coaches, if you cussing these little boys out, let me tell you something now. You might get your butt cussed back out. Treat them with respect. And all you coaches out there calling kids bitchs, that crap need to stop. Ain't no bitchs in my house. I told you, my daughter's a princess, my son is a warrior. And a prince. Ain't no bitches and hoes, and excuse my language, in my house. But you got coaches out here calling kids bitchs in practice and calling them soft. I don't care if they do go to another team. Did y'all, Kendrick, you telling me to keep my cool, and I'm finna ignore you. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause you constantly what did you just put some up there crazy as hell a second ago? Look what he just said. They'll go to another team if I don't let them cuss. They can cuss me out all they want. I don't want them to go to another team. Doug Jones, I'm putting it up there. I see why these kids, listening to some of these people comments, man, I see why these kids so messed up. I promise you I do. I had to check a kid a month ago. He was cursing around me like we shot marbles. Let me put that back up there, Doug. I was like, yo, I'm not your homeboy. Respect me. Making it too normal. I told y'all about the time I caught two of my players, two players on my son's team. I'm just sitting out in the car, and I saw them finna walk into the hotel rooms that I paid for with a girl, and just walk past me. And one of them told the young one, "Oh, Coach Hatter cool." Because the young one said, "Man, there go Coach Hatter, man." He said, "Coach Hatter cool." I go and knock on the door. The young one opened the door with his shirt off. Like they finna in the room I paid for. I said, "Look, girl, if you don't get your out of here," I said, and one of y'all, if y'all don't pay for no room, you can't get none in the room. Go get you some money. Then go buy your room. Don't do this. Them rooms in my name. Something happened to this girl, it's on me. No, ain't that cool? Did y'all see where it said throwing food at restaurant workers? I ain't seen nobody say nothing about that. Slim McDaniel, you don't play it, but somebody's out here playing this game. Somebody is out here playing this game, man. Kids are fighting staff at school and each other weekly at school. No one in their home is holding them to account. Oh, you know who I blame. We've had 5 murders in the past 2 months, all by teens. One with a former player of mine. Unfreaking believable. Then you get up here, man. How do you always fussing? You know what? My mama used to fuss, and guess what? She never had to come down there and get me out of jail. Because I would have told them people, don't tell her, because she going to kill me. I was so scared of that little woman. When I go back and look how big I am, when I grew over her, I said, man, I was so scared of her. But it was a fear of reverence. There's no reason you should cut out the coach. And coaches, there's no reason you should cut these kids out. Mama called me the other day. Coach called her son a BICTA. She told him, I ain't raised none of them in my family, player. I respect Josh Pastner and Penny Hardaway. Penny don't allow that in his practice. He had Sam Mitchell. He used to do all the hollering. Him and Mike Mitchell. Mike Miller. Penny sit back and say, now this is how you supposed to do it. Throwing food at restaurant workers? I can't get over that one. I can't. Yeah, respect for my no, Slim. It was respect, Slim. I was scared of my mama. I ain't gonna tell y'all no. I wish I could sit here and act like I was scared of that lady. Slim. What's up, Jimmy?
What you got on that screen? What you got on that screen over there?
What's that? I got you. You liked it.
What you got on that screen? I like it. Well, I like it because I like when people that are parents speak out their discrepancies or their grievances about things that's going on in the gym. But most of the time, it's always after the fact, after you've long gone in your passage through this grassroots basketball ranks, because many parents feel like they're held captive while their sons are playing. Like as though if you speak out, there's some Richard Pryor behind the wizard in the dressed as the Wizard of Oz that's going to put a spell on your son where no coach would not want him because you spoke out. Let me tell you something. Yes, college coaches will not. Some will shy away from recruiting certain types of talent based on the actions of their parents. Yes, that is true. But if you are civil, and if you have valid grievances, that's not. And if your kid can play a little bit, now that's the whole key on this stuff. Most of them will go away. If the problem, if the talent is greater than the problem, they will tolerate. But once the problem becomes greater than the talent, you are expendable.
And just
And
and I was just laughing at Slim thinking I had respect for my mama. No, Jimmy, I was scared of that woman, man. Dude, when I did something in school, man, you know what I told the principal? Man, y'all with me. Please don't call her. Because she came over there and got me in front of everybody in the cafeteria. So, Slim, I might have been respect, but I was so scared of that one. I love her to death now. Buy me anything in the world, but she gonna whoop me. I told y'all, this is the same lady who told me, you can give your soul to God because your ass belong to me. I said, what? How can you say this to your kid? When I go back, I ain't never tell my son and my daughter that, But Jimmy, we got a special guest on the date. She over in the green room. They getting her makeup and stuff put on right now. And
okay,
you want to introduce her so we can bring her in, give her a chop shop welcome.
they making it up? They getting
Yeah,
they
they
getting
got
it
it.
right
She
now.
ready. She ready. They done took the cape off. They take the cape off. Take the cape off and she ready now. She ready.
Well, of course we have. Well, it's grassroots basketball on this Thursday. Of course, it's Baby Friday, what we call it on the Chop Shop. Shout out, I see you, Marcus Carroll. I see you, Troy Bienemy. I see you, Simeon Sims, Alex Sestero on there, Trey Phillips up in the house, Ed Russell, Dr. Newsom. One happy pappy right there, Hatter. He's one of those. He's one of those parents
Where?
that adamantly
Uh-huh.
wrote down different notes from different episodes of the Chop Shop,
Mm-hmm.
applied them
Mm-hmm.
discreetly. He wasn't keeping you guys posting on social media. He went and believed in his and this flew up on. He put his spiritual cape around his neck and his
Mm-hmm.
family,
Mm-hmm.
and went and got it done and let his son do the talking. See, it's only so much you do. And his son is at Spring High School,
Mm-hmm.
and guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Leslie Newsom has a ride
Mm-hmm.
to a college,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the daddy has to pay little to nothing.
Wow.
And understand
Wow.
something. Well, guess what? He gave us thanks. He said, Chop Shop,
Yeah.
I use so much of what y'all were saying because
Right.
we let parents know how
Right.
to you're the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
And we serve as advocates in a sense to help you empower yourself to fight your fight. We're not your attorneys. We're
No.
not your representatives.
No.
Although many of y'all want us to be, but at the same time, when we find out you paying other people for little bitty stuff, then why the hell almost sit there and be pro bono for you? But we help you with intel. And what's a person right now that's coming up next?
Yes.
Our special guest today.
Mm-hmm.
She has a space
Mm-hmm.
that is very, very valuable and much needed in the grassroots or the select basketball community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what she does, she has select world travel. Here's
Okay.
what they do.
Uh-huh.
They take care of a lot of the travel,
Mm-hmm.
including the, but not limited to the hotels
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of the teams that go out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, she's eating in the gap, no cost to some of you teams, if at all.
Mm.
So now what excuse do you have? Do you have a lady that's willing to come over and share this with you?
Mm-hmm.
What she does,
Mm-hmm.
select world travel.
Mm-hmm.
And Mrs. Williams, the name is it
Tania.
Tony?
Tania. What? Hola here. Hola. Tania.
Tonia.
Tonia.
See, I know, black folks always put an extra syllable or extra asterisk on it or extra hyphen on stuff.
Hold on,
But
Jimmy.
then,
Got to give her Got to give her a clap.
there you go. Welcome to the Chop Shop. And Tonia,
Uh-huh.
let us know where you where are you based in right now, and what do you do?
Okay, Tania Williams. Thank you, Jim Robert, for having me on the show. I am from Louisville, Kentucky, basketball country. Grew up University of Louisville fan. I see that Memphis. That is my first favorite city. I love Memphis, Tennessee. Yes, yes, yes. And I am the owner of Select World Travel Group. I was amening your comments to parents earlier. I absolutely love that. Played basketball my whole entire life. Went on to college to play. I worked out for some professionals teams back in 1997. Kind of hung up my sneakers in 98. And ever since then, I have been working with youth either in high school or through AAU amateur sports.
Okay.
I actually,
No,
okay,
keep going. Keep going. I got something for you. But keep going.
okay. I take the load off of coaches. I actually have high school teams, DeSoto, the girls basketball state champs for Texas.
Oh, they were
I
good. I
provide
saw them this year.
absolutely. I love Coach Robinson and that team. I was so proud to provide services for them. Let me tell you how I got them all the way together. When they are traveling, because they got a chance to go to California, DC, this team did some amazing things. The city of DeSoto and DeSoto ISD, I absolutely love them. I'm actually based right here in DeSoto. So they are the home team. But when they travel, their parents get one link. That link tells them their flight information, their hotel, where they're staying, what time practice is, what time they're going to eat dinner. Parents who cannot travel with their team, they have every ounce of information to let them know what's going on with their team. Coaches don't do anything. They sit back, give me a schedule, I put it all together for them. If there is any cost to the parent, it's noted in that itinerary. I do it all. No fees, no charges. Everything comes through me, and I negotiate directly with the vendor to get a good price. Now, because I spent a lot of years in high school as an administrator, I know budget constraints for high schools. So I'm always looking for a good deal. And I do know the necessities of security when kids are traveling. So that's always at the forefront of my thoughts.
And you said, and once again, what is the fees that these programs have to pay you to provide this service?
There are no fees. That is why I don't understand why they're not coming out of the woodworks. I do all the work. I negotiate
Hold on.
Jimmy,
pricing.
the vendors pay her, Jimmy.
I understand that. I
Okay.
know.
But
I
you
trust
just
me.
wondering why. Hey, Tania, please center yourself in the screen. Come, because half
Go
of you
over
in the
to your
screen, we
right.
can't see
Go
you.
over to your
This,
The other way,
right
the opposite way.
this,
Come on, come over a little bit
a
more.
little bit more.
Oh,
this way,
Yeah, a little bit more. A little bit more. Don't fall
this
out the
way.
chair now.
yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
Keep
going,
going.
keep going, keep going, keep going. Not
No,
that
the other
way.
way.
The other way. There you go.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Yeah.
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Oh, you move it. Okay.
Okay, okay. Wait, am
Can't
I
you
good
see the
now?
screen? No, you don't went too far now.
No,
It's
just wait.
delayed.
Okay, right there. I'm gonna just leave you alone. Come on. I'm just gonna leave you alone. Come on.
That'll work. That'll work.
Right there, right there, right there. But Jimmy,
Let's put it on
Jimmy,
now,
hit on something,
now,
Jimmy.
what's the first step in a team getting the team signed up? What are the steps to do so?
Okay, the first step is for the coach to reach out to me and provide me with their schedule. So once they provide me with their schedule, I put together an itinerary based on where they're traveling, whether it's local, whether it's throughout the United States or international. A lot of my travel is international because I deal with not just amateur athletics, I deal with all sports. We also do family vacations. So we kind of do it all. I just need a phone call with a schedule and I'll take it from there.
Gotcha.
And so now, how can they get in touch with you? This is the important part, and want to give. I mean, because this is a much needed service, and as you said, it's amazing why people aren't just falling out the woodworks. But at the same time, all eggs don't hatch on the same day, and we understand that. We preach that a lot on the Chop Shop. And if you're just falling into one of the boom boom rooms, whether it be the Facebook or the YouTube, we're going to ask you guys, let's share the show right now. Share the show if you would right now. We have Tonia Williams. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tania.
Yes, you spelled it different on that. Tania Williams. And she's
Tania, you done went off the screen again. You got to go towards your computer. Go towards the computer behind you. Go over towards that. Go over towards the computer. Now keep going, Jim.
Yes, and Tania, of course, is with Select World Travel, and that's Select World Travel, and one of the services that she provides is when teams are traveling, or when they're putting their travel together whether it be softball, baseball, track, basketball. It's often some of you guys out there are blessed enough to have how would you say it, to have a team mom who would probably take care of everything and have all of it, serve as your administrator or your treasurer or your secretary for the program. But then that goes year to year, because when that kid is gone, that mom probably isn't as willing or accessible for you guys. Mm-hmm. Well, she basically serves as your secretary in it comes to your travel. You just let her know where you're going, what dates you're going on, and she can take care of the rest, and you don't have to pay nothing. What the hell is wrong? Hey,
Jimmy, it ain't nothing wrong with the people. They just didn't know. They know now.
How they get in touch with you right now?
Oh, give me the number.
Okay, so 214
okay
773 7572. Again, 214 773 7572. Now, I am on every social media platform. I am on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of them, Select World Travel Group. Now, Jimmy, if I could add this in real quick, let me tell you, I'm not an amateur at this travel game. Let me tell you how I got in the game. My son was Mr. Basketball 2009, Sean Williams.
Hey, yeah. Okay.
Yes. And so his extended AAU career is how I got started with travel. So in 2000, when he started playing basketball, I coordinated all of the travel for my ex-husband's organization. So I knew there was a need because I supported him for many years doing Texas Select basketball. So I know the ins and outs. I know how to put a shoestring. You tell me what your budget is, we're going to make it work. Because when I tell you I've operated off of a shoestring budget, I know how to get it done. I also had a daughter that played for the University of Kansas, Bunny Williams. So I know this basketball thing in and out. I've done it over and over and over again. And I can help you. I can help you whether you're a high school coach, whether you're an AAU coach, club volleyball, it doesn't matter. I can help you out. One of the things I love about this is those coaches that can give me that schedule at the beginning of the year, I can save you 20 to 30%. Because anytime I'm planning and negotiating our always get better deals when I'm doing it in advance. Now, if you call me the week of, you know they're gonna jack that price up, right? So if you give me a head start to work with you, work for you, I can get it done. I mean, I feel very confident in knowing that the vendors that I've established relationship, one of my best partners is American Airlines. I absolutely
Mm.
love American. There are others out there. I use all of them, but they are one of my preferred partners. So I partner with them. Group travel, I can make it happen. Give me a call. I can get you there.
Hold up. I got two things for you, Tania. We got Stephen. Are you a SMU alum?
Our son played at SMU
Me?
after.
Oh, your son is an SMU alum. Which one?
Yes. Yes.
Just both of y'all are
Sean
just
Williams.
okay. No, because he said, oh, he
Sean.
said son is, I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
then Corey Henderson talking about you good people. We know you good people. That's why we on the show, Corey. We already know that. And then I got one guy, Ed Russell said, can you help me and my church, and our church?
Tell Ed Russell, I coordinate for a group for the Baptist Convention annually. They stepped back because of COVID, but I have a group right here in Dallas that I do group travel for. So I would absolutely love to help your church and get you the best offer out there being a nonprofit.
Awesome. Wow.
Man, hey man,
Wow.
I'm, and it's amazing. You never told me that you was, and I recognized the face when you got on. I was like, wait a minute, I know that face from somewhere. And then it took me all the way on back. Of course, Sean Williams, Duncanville High School back in the days. You know,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
when grassroots basketball. Speaking of grassroots basketball,
Mhm.
what going back then, because Sean was, you were the mother, you experienced the recruiting from the highest level downward. A lot
Absolutely.
of people. And what are some of the advice do you have for a parent out there, a mother out there that has a player that's people around are telling them that he's a pro and he's going to do this? What advice do you have?
But first, before I go into the vice, let me tell you a story about my son, the proudest moment, because what I wanted him to do was focus on getting an education. His first year out of high school, he took a scholarship to University of Texas.
Mm.
I get his credit card statement. So I'm like, Sean, hey, you have 20 charges at McDonald's for $3 each charge. I'm like, what's going on? Did somebody steal your card and just start? He's like, no. And I kept prying. He said, Mom, I'm buying the homeless people food. They was out there. So I'm making sure they eat. What I wanted more than anything for my son was not to go to the University of Texas so he can become this major star. I wanted him to be a good human. I wanted him to be a good person. That is my proudest moment with my son. It has nothing to do with any of the basketball accolades. I wanted my son to be a good person. And that let me know, hey, he listened, he's a caring person, he loves, and that's all I could ask for. Now, when it comes to grassroots basketball, high school basketball, what I want parents to know is support your child, allow the coaches to coach. And I think the determining factor is how you approach any situation, because you can't be off the wall screaming and yelling. Coaches do the best they can. I've always told my son that. Coaches do the best they can. They put the best players on the court that they know, because ultimately the coach wants to win. Somewhere we get diluted with the favoritism thing, but on the AAU level, coaches don't get shoe contracts unless they win. So they have a valid desire to win.
Mhm.
College coaches don't get contracts year after year unless they put the best players on the field. My kids never got a cop out. You work hard, you play hard, you will get that spot or it's not for you. Now, one of the things that I have seen, because we've run into some coaches that have muddied the water, even for me being a former athlete, you approach the situation with dignity and respect. Everybody deserves that. You have conversations, you talk about it. Sometimes you're not going to agree. But I have seen, being the ex-wife of an AAU director, and I have seen parents want to fight him. I have seen parents literally go to blows, and we have forgotten how to talk to each other. We've forgotten how to give our kids opportunities to fix hardships. We feel like we need to fix those hardships for them. And then they go into life always wanting you to fix that hardship. And when you can't, they fall apart because they don't know how to handle the adversity.
Mm, mm. I'm
And
speechless.
I mean, now, so, and of course, you just tuning in. This is Tony.
Tania.
I want to say Tony because I saw that initial asterisk. I'm sorry, Mrs. Williams.
Mhm.
She's on here explaining, if you just missed it, complimentary travel services are just some of the things that she provides for not just youth sporting groups, but for groups all abroad. Do they have to be in a certain city or a certain area for your services to be effectively applied to a group?
No, you can be anywhere in the world, and that hashtag world travel. You can be anywhere in the world. We actually have a group going to Tanzania, Africa next year. So it doesn't matter where you are. I can help you wherever you are. The only thing I ask of you is give me an opportunity to earn your business. That's all I ask. I do all the work, you get the benefits. The most important things I want to communicate to coaches is when you're traveling with kids, and this is this high school administrator that comes out of me,
Mhm.
whether it be high school or AAU, it is your responsibility the safety and security of those kids you're entrusted with. Having a parent communication that effectively communicates what you're doing, how you're doing it, how to get in touch with you, where you're staying, what all of that looks like is what gives parents peace of mind. It lets them know that you've thought through. I've seen coaches load kids in a car and take off to Vegas for Adidas 64. I mean, where's the peace of mind to parents knowing that their kids are going to be safe? If you're high school, absolutely call me. School systems want to know when you're traveling out of state with kids such as DeSoto, girls basketball state championship, 2 years in a row. They want to know. They want to know that the kids are safe. So my first foremost responsibility to everybody I provide services to is to provide parents with information knowing their kid is safe.
I got some because they keep putting stuff. Can you see the comments? Tanea, could you see the
No,
comments?
I
It's
can't.
a little red a button somewhere on there, Jimmy. What you said is a
On your
red
right,
on your right,
near your top right.
your top right. You can click that.
It has eyeball. Click on
Ye-
that.
Yes.
Yeah. So the reason I'm saying is people keep. I know Jimmy lost. People keep putting itineraries on here, itineraries, and I know you lost that. Why keep in the beginning of the show? I was talking about Tonia. I was talking about I happened to take a glimpse at a friend of mine. All these girls taking a trip, women's trip, and I happened to take a glimpse at their itinerary. These just women going on a trip, and to a wine country trip, right? And I'm looking at how
Uh-huh.
detailed it is, right? And I'm
Yeah.
just saying, when I go on a trip with my partners, man, we ain't got no itinerary. Man, meet me at the bar. Meet me in the lobby. And these women, and it's so detailed, Jimmy. They got the attire. This night we wear pajamas and some. I said, what is wrong? So everybody laughing at me, Jimmy, cause Tania been talking about itineraries, and I said, when a group of guys go on a trip, we don't have no dang itinerary. We don't have no itinerary. So that's what the joke is. And I wanted to tell y'all, everybody keeps saying itineraries, itinerary. That's what they talk about. But keep on going, Jimmy. Y'all keep on going. Jimmy, what else you got?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, how long have you been doing it? You mentioned you got into it uh, by default. You found yourself serving in that capacity when your son played grassroots basketball, and
Yes.
what made you keep going and pushing through with it?
So I tell you, when you have a passion about something and you know that there is a need for it, that is the innovation of great product. I have struggled through COVID. We all have. I had a group that was going to Jamaica and they closed the borders, and that year was probably the toughest. God saw fit to see me through that because there were opportunities to keep me afloat. Now I've stepped away from public education and I do this full time now. So I am in the grind of my life to keep my business going. I am a woman owned 100%, minority owned 100%, and I just want to do the work. Don't want to hand out, don't want to be given anything. I just want to do the work. That hard hat mentality I took into basketball. Work hard and it'll come. That's the same hard hat mentality I have with this new career in terms of opening it to the public. I've done it since 2000
Mm,
and it's something I really like. And I'm 22 years in the game, and I know I've learned some things the hard way, but
right.
I'm still grinding because I know there's a space for me. I know somebody needs me, so I keep on pushing.
Okay. I like that.
Oh, absolutely. And keeping on pushing is definitely what we're gonna do now. Of course, that's Select World Travel, guys. Select World Travels. This is the perfect time to share. Her info is tagged on the in the Boom Boom
Now,
Room
look at me.
on
I'm gonna put it across the bottom of the
the
screen.
Facebook. Yeah, and we have it
Make,
scrolling right now
make sure that's right
because.
too. Make sure that's right.
Yes,
Okay. Make sure I
And
got
do you? What if a parent has some questions for you in regards to recruiting? Stuff has changed a lot because of social media and with grassroots basketball. But if a parent want to get in touch with you and just probably get your some of your advice, uh, navigating through some of this stuff, would you welcome that as well?
I would. I would welcome even coming back and talking with you and Robert and having a conversation with the parents, maybe a specific day or night. Open it up to everybody. One of the things that I can tell you is if you don't teach your kids how to be humble, if you don't teach your kids how to be humble, the world will tell them anything to get what they want out of them. And once they get what they want out of them, if your kid is not humble and their head is big and they haven't hit reality, it's going to be a long fall from grace.
well,
People will
guess
tell
what?
you,
I just saw Alex's. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I don't know if you saw it or not, but as you were talking, Alex Sestero said, "Just sent you a link to your LinkedIn. We'll use your group. We'll use
praise
it.
God,
Yeah,
praise God.
done deal.
Yes,
Oh, this
thank you,
Top
Jesus.
Shop don't play now. This Boom Boom Room don't play.
Thank
They
you.
And
gonna get this word out, and
Thank you.
everybody I know gonna use you. So you. This is a great situation. Hey, guess what? I might use you.
yeah,
This
No, I'm just
this
kidding.
has been a really long journey. Let me tell you that I feel so blessed. And I know I'm a little emotional right now, but this
That's all right.
journey has
That's all
been a really, I went from dang near closing my doors with COVID because there was no
right.
travel
Absolutely.
to just getting an opportunity to share my business and what I do. And I am beyond grateful in this moment. I am beyond grateful. Know that.
I'm sorry. I had to give you that.
we definitely appreciate you and
Yes.
you gracing us with your presence and sharing what you do and the service that you provide to the community. And we're definitely the guys, the numbers right there, of course, 214-773-7572. How about if you guys go ahead on and send her a text message? If
Yeah.
you're a grassroots coach and
Yes.
you're watching, the numbers scrolling across the screen, send her a text and just let her know what's your program, because a lot of people you've already uh, did a lot of your travel, got things set in place, but then there's many of you
Heaven.
that don't have your July travel done completed yet,
Mm-hmm.
and you're sitting there trying to go and using Peter to pay Paul. Still, this isn't the old days when you had to go and had to pay in advance to rent a car. You had to pay in advance to get the vans. And I'm quite sure you have. Can you find van rentals and all that stuff, Miss Williams?
Yes. Yes,
Oh
I can
man,
do
we got
van rental. One of the things really popular that teams don't feel like they could afford, but there are a lot of private jet companies, especially going into Vegas, that you can take your team and your parents, sometimes cheaper than commercial, on a
Absolutely.
private jet. And it's
Absolutely.
nonstop to Vegas. If you're going to Vegas or Miami, There are private jet companies that can help you out. So, yes.
Now,
Absolutely.
and we're gonna toss some questions to you in just a second. And but first, give us an example of a trip that included a private jet, whereas what and you break down the cost, what it was. Just for example, one of your more memorable projects.
So if you're looking at a private jet and you have at least 45 people, depending on location, I couldn't give you a quote because it depends on where you're
No,
coming
just give
from.
an
But
example. An example.
Mhm.
okay, let's say we're going to Vegas and we do an advance price quote for a trip. You can get to Vegas. I'm not sure they still do the Adidas 64 in Vegas or
No, they
those
don't.
tournaments
But
that.
this we're doing an example. Just act like they do.
Yeah.
So we package that with a MGM or a New York, or a Excalibur a rooming package, and you're looking at about $450 per person for flight and room for that duration that you're there. Now that would be what I would consider an advanced price. You're looking at anywhere from 325 to four. When you're packaging it together, and then if you have over a certain number of people, you do get some free amenities thrown in. The coach's flight could be free. So it just depends on your numbers. You talk about a trip, a girls' trip. I have a group of ladies going to Jamaica in December, and they are planners. So they came to me early, and they're staying at the Secrets, round trip flight. You can get a flight in December for around $300 or $400 if you're planning it early. It's just a lot that you can do. And if you don't know all of the promo codes that's out there,
Mhm.
how the coaches can essentially travel for free.
Mhm.
It's just a lot of things I've learned over the 20 years, 22 years that I've done this. And I've taken a shoestring budget and literally, I can remember my ex husband had Adidas contracts, Under Armour contracts, and we took that small amount of grassroots money and we made it work because we did that advanced travel. So I don't turn water into wine, but I can stretch a dollar for you.
And Tania, give us for instance of a private plane because I know some of those plane seats are limited. You know, you got 10 passengers, you got 15 passenger planes, the private planes. So how could I get my team? Let's say I got a team of I got a traveling party of 15. Break down. For going to Vegas. I got to travel because I know they got to go and they got to come back. Just because you said sometimes it might be right. So it's that same price. Were you naming that $400 per person or $300 per person with a private plane flight? Were those the
Ab-
prices you would give? Huh?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So let's talk
Wow.
about the private. Let's talk about the private plane. There's no let's take away the group aspect of it. Let's just talk about the cost to get to from here to Vegas on a private jet. Now keep in mind this is doing it in advance, not the day before you're traveling. You can get a round trip right now on a few of those private jet companies for about $450. Now if you do it in advance and you have the right number of seats, then the coach has the opportunity to travel for free. But I always like to operate in advance because a bird in the hand beats two in the bush. Those private jet companies can take that money in advance and hold a deposit for you and allow you to get it at a certain price point because they know they're going to make the money and fill those seats up. It's when
Yes.
time comes and
That's right.
nobody wants to fly empty planes. Nobody wants to do that. So they're
Absolutely.
ready and willing to negotiate.
Hmm. Interesting.
Man, hey man, this is awesome. And once again, her number is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. You guys can get in touch with her. You can send her a text message. Let Mrs. Williams know, uh, Miss Williams, it is
Yeah.
now,
Thank you.
know that which grassroots team you're affiliated with, and you can possibly start a working relationship for 2023.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, high school teams.
Hmm.
Some of you guys are going to be traveling during for holiday events. Talking about out of state. Guess what? Give her a try.
Hmm.
It's complimentary. In case you missed that earlier, it's complimentary services for you guys, companies. She can also take care of you.
Of course.
This is something,
Jimmy,
and I was good at
she's
it.
a specialist in group travel. But she do individual, but she's a specialist and she's learned. Think about it. She's lived through this. That's what I'm getting. You've lived through this. You've been the mom. You've been the teen mom. You've been the wife of guy over of program. So you know the ins and outs and the outs and ins. So just to have your knowledge in every program in the world need to be calling you. Every high school who watching this show need to at least call and inquire, Miss Williams, how can we make this happen? I mean, I'm just thinking of a million things in my head right now that now we have this. Jimmy, I know you looked at somebody private jet. Yes, so sometimes somebody said, "How did I rode on a private jet and think I done spent a lot of money?" No, if a company gonna pay for it to get me to come there, that's on them. So it ain't as expensive as people think it is. But you said something key. Let's give me a chance. Let me do it in advance. If you already know you're gonna go on some programs, if you already know what trips you're gonna go on next year, you already know. Call her now. There's certain trips you're gonna go on next year, regardless. Get in touch with her now.
One of the things that this is a fun fact about me. So I have 3 kids, and my sister passed away. I raised her kids. So I've had 8 shots at AAU sports. All of my sister's kids were boys. So I raised 6 boys and 2 girls. My daughter played basketball. My youngest daughter plays volleyball. So I'm actually working with Drive Nation to do all of their travel coordinating for nationals in Indianapolis. So I've had a lot of practice at this. And I mean, some people don't like the hassle of planning and organizing it, but I absolutely love it. And so I am taking my business to the next level and just really wanting to provide the service to whoever needs it. And I know I'm still standing for a reason.
Man, we appreciate you,
Made
and
my
of course
day.
we had a couple of questions for you before we land the plane. And one is, I'm waiting on Marcus Carroll. I'm waiting on you to elaborate
Yeah.
on your question before I toss your question to her.
I got
So
another
once you get
question.
the
We ain't worry
response,
about that.
meanwhile, Solo, Kelvin Solomon, he asked, what if himself and his wife want to get away? He said, do you help with that, or do you just focus on groups?
No, I actually have. I'm planning for my son. You guys know Sean Williams. He and his wife have an anniversary in July, and they are going to Costa Mujeres. It is a little known about coastal area, 45 minutes from Cancun. Great flight rates right now. Great flight rates right now. And they are going to stay in a swim out beachfront room. And it's about 16 for flight and a week stay, all inclusive. Yeah, I can get you some
Wait. Did you
amazing
give me that
prices.
figure? Oh, give me
Your
that
wife
number
will
again.
love you.
You blacked out a little bit. Give us that price again. You said
$1,600 for flight, all inclusive, 5-star resort, beachfront. Yes, I can't tell you how. Call me.
you got me with the
if you
swim
want to
out.
take your wife.
Hey, you got me with the swim
What,
out room.
hey, what's a swim out?
Tell her what, Jimmy. Your room, you can just swim out of
So
your room
a
into the
swim out.
pool.
Yep. Yep. So you open up your patio doors, and there is a pool waiting for you to just splash in it. You have your own pool, and you swim out. You swim right out of your room into the pool.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's on. Hey,
Now,
it's some women finna get some nice trips because these guys, they taking notes up here. Keep going.
Heather, you can post the next question on the screen. That way she can read it as as I read, and that's Marcus Carroll. He has clarified his question. He wants to know, do you do travel arrangements, plans, or perhaps for, let's say there was a free agent uh, basketball, men's basketball team. Now, sometimes you got guys that play college ball and they're getting together and you put those together to try to
Yeah.
showcase those talents for overseas teams. And sometimes people do travels of such. Uh, are you interested in getting involved in handling the travel for one of those type of projects?
I already know this.
Yes. So, Marcus, now currently, I'm going to give you some statistics right now based on my business. 90% of the business I do right now is international. 90. I only do
Oh,
10% domestic.
really?
So that's why I'm on a big, yes, 90% of my travel is international. So people going out of the country. I'm wanting to change that, and Twitter is lighting up, guys. Thank you. Twitter is
Oh, it's on in your life. Hey,
so
this the best decision you ever made, but keep going.
so I am really at a push to help service more high school, college, and those players that are looking to go overseas. Absolutely, it would be my pleasure to serve.
Uh,
Now, next question, of course, Trey Phillips asked, a lot of on the youth side, it's not as prevalent on the boys side of grassroots basketball. But I notice a lot of youth tournaments and a lot of the girls tournaments, they have this thing what they call uh, state of play. And the state of play basically is an event operator such as myself, basically forcing you to stay at a certain hotel or you can't even play in my event. And I've never subscribed to that concept because I think it's kind of like shaking a person down, especially now knowing that a lot of people that travel with youth programs, the parents or the coaches, they get points. That's one of their perks of being that they when they book their rooms, they get those, whether it be Bunvoy, whether it be Hilton, whatever, they get the points. So if it's a play that's how, and then Trey is asking, how do you handle, have you encountered any dealing with groups that are bound by state of play restrictions or events?
I'm very familiar with state of play, and when that came about, it's one of the things you deal with and you roll with the punches. State of play has changed a little bit. If you read the small print on some of the state of play, they only require 80% capacity for your organization. For example, state of play with volleyball, you have allotted so many teams for so many rooms for your organization. As long
Mhm.
as you meet that, not everybody will be able to be accommodated by state of play. So once you reach whatever threshold that state of play requires, then other parents that don't have the capacity to stay under that umbrella because there are no rooms, then I could assist and support them. But yes, state of play is a thing. And most of the time, there is a number or percentage you have to meet in order to play. And after you've met that, then parents can stay wherever. One of the things that I do want parents to know, when you book through certain state of plays, you don't always get those points. So that's just, you have to speak with Hilton or Marriott on that, but they don't always honor your points. So just something to ask about.
So
that's why we
going
got a
through
pro
you,
like you.
absolutely, we got you definitely. Ms. Williams in the house. So going through you, how does that work? Is it an opportunity available? Does the opportunity exist for a potential client or customer of yours to achieve or obtain some of their points as part of their package?
Absolutely. So when you think of a travel agency, one of the ways that we get noticed is by doing volume. Whether we get a commission from, let's say, Marriott or Hilton, whether we get a commission or whether we just get credit for booking. Once a travel agency has booked so many rooms with a particular agency, then they get ranking and status. We want to be known as partner affiliates, like we are with American Airlines. So even when we don't earn commission off of specific travel, we still get recognized and we still get put in a category that we provide services and businesses. We bring in business to American Airline or whatever the company may be. So for us, it's not always about a commission factor. It's about getting it established in a big boys world that we want a piece of eventually.
Mm.
You know, I mean, this is a great convo and informative, and a lot of you guys know there are other grassroots programs out there or volunteer coaches and whatnot who can definitely use and utilize this type of service. And this is the thing where it takes you to spread the word about Mrs. Williams and Select World Travel. Um, we definitely thank you for coming and sharing your time with us today and sharing this with a lot of people, because otherwise we all learned a lot
Yeah.
in this short conversation with you. And it's refreshing to see sisters as yourself invading in a space. Whereas, and I love it when our people can go, or and just period, people that come from the grassroots sector, and they find a way to create their niche in this, and that's what you're doing. Business is going to boom, and it's just a matter of keep hitting it in, and we want to do our part on the chop shop of reminding people and keep spreading the word for you to keep on pushing through with it. Now, I
I
remember
appreciate it.
your ex-husband was very popular in the grassroots scene during this time. He was actually sponsored by Adidas, Chris Rivers, and those guys with
I mean,
Adidas.
Manuel Moutier was on that team, right?
Yeah, Manuel. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know Sean. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Miles Turner also that plays for the
Yes,
Pacers.
Miles Turner.
And
Yes.
and Marcus Smart.
No,
Yes,
he
Marcus.
was.
Well,
I
no,
didn't know he was
Yeah,
on
well,
the
he
team.
played a small stint. Yeah, he played a
yeah,
small stint with select.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
Wow.
select.
Wow. This is a
it's
small world. This is a real
yeah,
small world.
and
Yeah.
a lot of people do any of those guys. Do you ever hear from any of those kids that played in the program along with your son or before him? Do you ever that has became pros in life, not just necessarily basketball? Do you ever hear from any of those, or have you attempted to for them to utilize your services?
Absolutely. I've seen Emmanuel Moutier most recently, and yes, he has my business card. He knows that if he ever needs me, or his mom, or Stefan, or any of his brothers need me, he definitely has my information. One of the things that I love about that group is even with my son today, he's still in contact with a lot of those guys. They're
Mm,
still friends today.
mm,
Really, really good kids. Miles Turner comes from a great family. Manuel, all of those
Oh yeah.
guys, they are solid people, head on right. And I'm just grateful for the friendships along the way, the people that have been surrounded my son to help make him a better person. So yes, still communicating with some of those kids, and most of the time it's through my son. But
mm.
yes,
That's awesome. That's awesome, Jimmy.
But
This
that's all. We definitely, man. And once again, that phone number for everybody to reach you is what?
I got it.
214-773-7572. Select World Travel Group. Let us earn your business. We would love to earn your business.
Thanks so much, Mrs. Williams, for sharing your
Miss
time with us,
Williams,
man.
man. Miss
I'm sorry,
Williams.
He
Miss
just wants
Williams.
to be married, Robert. He
Man,
Yeah,
wants to
man,
be
ain't
hey,
something
hey,
wrong with
hey,
that dude,
hey,
man.
hey. Now, tell me something.
yes.
When you were Mrs. Williams,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
you won a pageant.
I did. So one of the things that you find with basketball is it has a way of making you rough and tough. So
Uh-huh.
coming back to your center and your feminine energy, that was always important to me to have a balance. So I was pretty tough on the court, but when I stepped off, it was a whole runway walk for me. So I could live in both worlds and love it and just exist because I love that part of me also. I would not allow people to make me into just a basketball player. I am more than an athlete. I'm more than a basketball player.
Oh,
I love fashion. If you ever do a show on fashion, I have racks and racks and racks of dresses. Like, dresses are my favorite thing. So I can do a catwalk at will.
you got Hal over there biting his bottom lip over there.
No,
Look at
man,
him.
I'm just, man,
He
come
right.
on, man. I'm just being nice, man. Gosh.
Tell me this. Tell me this. Were you? I just found out you were Miss Arkansas or Mrs. Arkansas.
Mrs. Arkansas, 1997. That was competed in Las Vegas. I did not win, but it was a awesome experience. I absolutely loved it. It was right up my alley. Got to wear dresses and swimsuits and all of those things.
Mm.
You heard that, Adam?
I ain't here. I didn't hear what you said.
Swimsuits. That means did you stay in the swim out? Okay. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yes.
You know.
The swim out. Well, you retarded.
Hey, next time they have one of them pageants, Hal, I'm gonna be a judge. You're gonna be a judge.
Oh, I
Okay.
like the judge. I'm a good judger.
Look at it. Boy, you're riding to the court. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you so much.
Miss Williams, we appreciate it, man. You guys, thanks for you guys, of course. And we got one more topic before we land the plane with Ms. Williams. Make sure you utilize her business, Select World Travel.
Right.
That's what it is in 214-773-7572. That's the number. And it is definitely a well-equipped service that many people need out there. And, especially with a lot of the stories that we've heard and from near and far from within the grassroots sector.
You talking about the buddy passes? You talking about the buddy passes?
Now, kids getting left in the airport with buddy passes. That's worse than just having a buddy pass. People still fly on buddy passes right now. Some players do. But getting left in the buddy pass was rock bottom. Now, that's a story we wouldn't share on the chop. Well, we can share it on the chop shop. We've done it before, but not the actual persons that was involved in it. But it did happen. It ain't no doubt about that. Right. They got down to, them people say it was 4 of them left. And they say, we got 2 seats open. And them 2 grown ass men got their ass on that plane and left them teenagers in the airport. Because the next plane will been wide open. But still, you left them in there, and that happened.
Yeah, that happened.
Safety and security. As a parent, remember, I raised 8 kids. Safety and security is always at the forefront of my thoughts. So I want to take care of your kids. I'm going to take care of you. But more importantly, we got to love the children. I'm going to take care of the children now and make sure they're good.
We have let's land the plane, Jimmy.
Hey, who you rooting for in these playoffs?
Oh. Come on. Dallas?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm that's gonna cause some controversy with all my kids. I'm not gonna say.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy, don't let that Jimmy. She just want everybody to be healthy.
Yeah. My kids will be mad at me if I choose a team.
Oh, okay.
No more family dinners.
No favorites.
Well, definitely we want to give a shout to all of the young people out there who will be converging down in the Austin area this weekend in Austin, Texas, for the UIL State Track Meet, and which will take place, of course. Summer Creek boys, we'll be rooting for them. They are a team to watch, specifically their relay. Summer Creek High School is one of their definite favorites to win their Class 6A to track the overall point totals. In the 3A levels, all eyes will be on the young 9th grader. Get this, guys, 9th grade. And we're talking about Taylor Nunez out of the San Antonio area. And she will be competing. Guess what she ran in the 100. And I know that Kelton Solomon Solo, his son, is a star in the NAIA ranks as a freshman, and he's setting records as well in the collegiate ranks. But this young girl, Taylor Nunez, she's in the 9th grade. And 2 weeks ago at the regionals, she ran an 11:3:1, which is a regional record for the 100-meter dash. And this is she, ninth grader, will be taking her engaging upon her first state track meet. So best of luck to her and her father, who's been on the chop shop a couple of times, Lupe Nunez out of San Antonio. And no, he and the wife Tamika are definitely two happy campers going into this weekend, because San Antonio to Austin, that's a good hot shot. You get there in about an hour, or so, and it's going to be rocking down there. So you guys keep us posted. If any of you will be at the straight track meet, send us some photos to share on Monday's show. But meanwhile, of course, this weekend,
Jimmy, I got something I want to show you since you just went there. I showed them a couple of minutes of it, but I want to end with a couple of minutes of it, because I'm going to show you what's the significance of that young lady at that age running that time. Hold on one second.
Track and field athletes are going to get their time. Senior 6A runner from Plano East. Oh, did we mention that Taylor Nunez is just a 14-year-old freshman?
When I really, really figured out things for Taylor was last year, running elite times, jumping 19:10 as an 8th grader, running 24.0 in the 200, winning AAU Nationals. That put her like in the top with 6A, definitely. Like her times are now running 3A. So her mindset is all about racing against that clock.
The Adidas team.
Tamika Nunez knows a little something herself about being a triple event qualifier. A 7-time All-American out of UTSA, she's run and jumped with the best to ever do it. She ran pro for Nike back in the 90s, is a 2-time indoor champ, qualified for 3 Olympic trial events at the Atlanta Games, and even was a member of the record-setting Penn relay team with the great Marion Jones. Tamika not only helps to train young Taylor, more importantly, she's her mom.
With experience in myself and the background I have, I know when to back off. Let's take a rest. Let's take a break. Because your body does need rest. And the last thing you want to do is burn out a track athlete, no matter what level.
When I was 6, I started running track, and I was pretty fast. But then after that, a lot of competitions started to come up, and I wasn't really there yet. And 2 years ago, it really hit me when, before COVID, we had nationals in North Carolina, and I didn't do so great, and my confidence just wasn't really up there. And I started to train and just trust the process. Last week at Area, I ran 11:3, and that really surprised me, and it definitely boosted my confidence more that I'm really one of the top dogs, so yeah.
She certainly is. And to put things into further perspective, Marion Jones, as a 17-year-old, was clocked at 11.58 in the 100 meters at the World Juniors that year. Taylor's seed time for the state meet this year, as a 14-year-old, is a fraction faster than even that.
Every coach dreams of.
I had to show you that, Jim. She was faster than Marion Jones. Marion Jones was 17.
Marion Jones ran 11:5.
At 17. She 14,
so she ran 11:3:1 at 14. And she has a frame on her. Yeah. We're not talking about, she has a, hey, guys.
She got a chance. She got a chance. She got a chance to go across that water. Yeah,
she's definitely a favorite, because that's 3A, that school Randolph is, I think it has a lot of kids from the Randolph Air Force, the base, military kids. San Antonio has a nice population of military. And how's it? What's that? Oh, my phone. Oh, the phone going on. But anyway, sorry about that, guys. But anyway, that is a great story, and we are looking forward to how things take place this weekend at the UIL State Track Meet. Also, this weekend, if you're in Houston, you get over to the Forge, Yates High School, Harvest Time, and of course the newly opened ULH Event Center. Go to look on the RCS Sports app. All those venues are there. The schedule has been released for the Elite 36. I told you guys it was going to be from fire.
All I got 2 words: Elijah
Fire.
Garrett.
Elijah Garrett will be there. He's and more and more. We got. I'm talking about this schedule. It's set to where it's no dead spots at all. I'm talking about you going straight on through with nothing but fire. And it's awesome. It just goes to show once again, it's multiple events taking place around Greater Houston as opposed and including around the state. But this Elite 36, Rick Nelson and myself with JRB Events. JRB Events has not gone anywhere, and so just in case you guys wondered.
What's the cost of the event?
What do you mean?
What's the cost to get in? That was Glenn Bishop.
Oh, you talking about for spectators or teams?
Spectator.
Oh, spectator. Oh, it's the standard $15, and that's pretty much the standard. Well, last weekend up in Dallas, it was $20 a head per day at that event. The Who Wants to Smoke, but and this is $15. They have weekend passes available. You can go on the RCS Sports app, and you can look where it says documents, and the rules are there, and the rates, the prices for spectators are posted in advance. And once again, one of the missions of the JRB events, guys, in case you don't, and a lot of people may not understand this, and this is coming straight from the heart. What we are striving to do with JRB events is that any event that's taking place in the area that's on that particular weekend that we occupy, they're going to be forced to lower their cost for you parents, for you teams. They're going to be forced to do so, or they're going to be in trouble. So that means their margins, their expected margins, is going to be a lot lower than what they expected. And that's one of the purposes going to keep things a little bit honest. Yes, some of these daily prices to get in these events are still on the up. And I hope that eventually, I'm definitely down with decreasing those numbers back to where they were pre-COVID time. No problem with that. If that's what it takes to make these events more accessible, more enjoyable, and more economical on the patrons and remember, the customers, and that's you guys. So we are, once again, this weekend, we have the Houston Hoops EYBL team. We have the Houston Defenders, their Under Armour team that hadn't played in a couple of weeks, and they're going to go and get it on and clash in a nice rematch from those two programs. We have the JL3 Moochie. We have JL3 has like 7-8 teams in it in this weekend. Live On, Clyde Jackson, the Blue Chips, Live On Blue Chips have about 6 teams in there. I mean, it's fire. We have a team coming from Arizona that's based out of Arizona. They're patched with a couple of Texas kids, and I found that one of the kids that's playing with the Arizona team, it was ranked in the top 12 in this area. And Seth Jones is supposed to be suiting up with the team from Arizona. Seth Jones from Dickinson High School. He's one of the unsigned seniors in the area who will utilize this type of platform against other Division I prospects to help his recruitment. And he's probably going to be restricted to junior college. But guess what? This, for a lot of people who haven't got it yet, this event, there are a lot of college coaches who are watching these live streams from a lot of these games. There are a lot. We told you on Monday, Lamar University offered a young man, Trey Luzzi, from the Houston Raptors. That staff watched him play 2 of the past 3 weeks by watching them on a live stream, right? So that means if they offered him based on what their eyes saw on that, Al. So if that's happening from one school, we know many others now, they are getting with the new now. So if coaches are indeed watching these games, then wouldn't you call it a live period? Psychologically, just got to understand you're being watched, and some people are acting and not showing the energy that's needed when they're being watched. If you want to act, remember the cameras You can see whatever gym you're in, where that baller TV or whatever camera it is or live stream service is beaming at you. So that means if you want to act wacky, you better get them out of that camera. People are watching. Remember that when you go in these gyms. But anyway, guys, we can't wait for tomorrow for the Elite 36. We invite you guys out to come and check out some of the action. Once again, the schedule is posted on the RCS Sports app, and it is indeed some fire. And some of the very top players in the area will be in action, and as well as teams, that is. But once again, we can get ready to land this plane. What you got?
No, I'm good.
And get ready to land this plane. The NBA playoffs, they resume this evening. What a win by Milwaukee Bucks last night, Al. Do you think that knocked the win out of the Boston Celtics?
Nah. I'm gonna show you how much win it knocked out. The coach called me while the show was on, and I didn't answer the phone because I was doing the show. So if they was mad, he wouldn't have called. So yeah,
I know one thing. I know that the NBA team from your home city won by 40 something last night. I didn't think that Golden State could lose a game by that much. I really didn't think that team was constructed where they can lose such a game.
Hold up. This is how bad it was. Draymond Green waving the damn when they playing whoop that trick. I couldn't play it, coach. You know they'll get us.
Yeah.
For whoop that trick. But that's the hype team. Draymond and them laughing, man.
Remember I told you, if you're gonna lose, getting blown out is easier because you already resolved to the fact and you conceded defeat. That's why them blowouts are better than the 2-point loss. 2-point loss, 1 point buzzer beater, that hurts. A 40
man, guess what? Well, I hate Miss Williams was gone. I had something for her.
Memphis. Nothing but Memphis. Everywhere we go, it's Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee, the beautiful land in the world. Memphis.
I had that fun and forgot to play it, coach. She talked me through it. Hey, Tania, I hope you're still watching. That was for you. But let's get out of here, man.
I'm gonna try to cut this damn cable off this thing right now. I don't even need peace, guys. We gonna slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing. Lord have mercy.
We out.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the chop shop, we live in the chop shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the chop shop. We in the chop shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the chop shop.